I said there's a sneaky big game in the NFC this week. Do you know what it is? And a lot of people got it right. The answer is, I mean, there's a lot of good games, but the answer is Carolina-Dallas. Because Carolina, if they win, is 4-0. And I think if Carolina's 4-0, it's going to be pretty hard for them not to win at least 10 games, which doesn't guarantee you the playoffs in the NFC. But if they're 4-0, that means they just got to go 6-7. They're a 10-win team. So they could get to 11, right? And if that happens, if they get to 4-0, now all of a sudden you got to start wondering, for as good as we think the NFC West is, with the potential of 3 teams making the playoffs, the NFC South could take one of the NFC West's wildcard spots. We're glad you're watching this video. Like it and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Also, subscribe to our podcast below in the description.
We're sponsored by Tito's Handmade Vodka.
Yes, we are. #1 vodka in America.
Savor responsibly, because Tampa's going. We'll see with New Orleans.
Well, they're playing the Giants. They're going to be 3-1. Like, they're going to win some games. They're not going away.
Now, even if you think Carolina's overrated or Darnold, or is their defense really, they haven't played anybody. If they beat Dallas, they're 4-0. It doesn't matter to Dallas because the NFC East is a one-team division anyway, right?
Do you like Carolina this weekend? I think they lose.
No, I do not. Dallas was going to be one of the games I really like. Dallas is only 4.5. I think I've got to adjust my take. I think Dallas is just flat better than I thought they were going to be.
I think Dallas is flat better. I also think Carolina, like Christian McCaffrey is the best player on the team. He's injured, and he's going to be out a while. They also lost their star cornerback, Horn, to a broken foot. Now they made the trade for C.J. Henderson. C.J. Henderson wasn't available just because, like, they're resetting the franchise. He didn't show up at training camp. Like, he had his own issues going on. I actually have more faith in the Saints, but the numbers are the numbers. If they do upset the Cowboys this weekend, which I do think, can you close your eyes and picture Sam Darnold going into Dallas and kicking their ass?
No. I mean, the question is Carolina's defense as good as some people think it is? Because
right now it's like a top 5 defense.
Yeah, if it is, then this is a hell of a matchup, right? The Dallas offense against the Carolina defense. And I think that'll be the key. Like, if they win, then they have to win the way you're talking about on defense. And then you're going to have to think, like, maybe this defense is actually legit because the Cowboys offense is for real legit.
Yeah.
But if that's the case,
luckily the Cowboys aren't taking a spot. Like, they're just going to win in the East, right?
That's right. That's it. There's no wild card team out of that division.
Well, if you're the Niners or Seattle, you want Carolina to lose this game, right?
Exactly.
I think all these wild card type teams, you need Carolina to lose. You need Carolina to go 9-8 or 8-9. And to me, that's what they feel like when the dust settles. They're just it's going to be a little harder without McCaffrey. And I think at this point in time, harder to depend on him being around. And when you draft a guy top 10 and he's an elite corner, once that guy disappears, like, that is a big blow for you, right? He's taken away half. Like, him and Surtain, part of the reason they went 8-9, those guys were plug and play. I would lockdown to me gets overused a little bit, but like top 5 corners in the NFL right away. Because really, beside Jalen Ramsey and Marlon Humphrey, there aren't that many good corners. So, like, those guys immediately are high-end corners. When you have a high-end corner, you basically just play half the field because that guy takes it away. That's what Jalen Ramsey does and Marlon Humphrey do as a corner. Unless you're Deion Sanders or Revis in his prime, you're going to mess up every once in a while. But for the most part, they don't even waste time throwing at you. So you're throwing to the other side, but it's like they stack the other side with players. So from the Niners standpoint, the Seattle standpoint, the Rams and Cardinals aren't even worried. They're just focused on themselves. That's what happens when you're undefeated.
Yeah.
But the Niners-Seattle game are going to be peeking at that score.
100%. Because I think a lot like the Raiders, where you watch them and you go, this is working.
Carolina?
So, yeah. Well, what I'm saying is, like, when you look at the Raiders schedule now, after you've watched them play 3 weeks, you go, okay, some of the games I thought they were going to lose, I think are now wins, or I think are more likely wins, right? Carolina at 4-0, in and of itself, I don't know what that means. But if 4-0 includes a good defensive effort against Dallas, then I got to take their defense seriously. And then it's like, can they be a 500 team the rest of the way? Obviously, it's not 500. But if they're sub 500, they win 10 games. If they're 4-0, they can go 6-7 and win 10 games. Right?
Yeah.
So
if they win, I'd be really impressed if they go into Dallas and win.
Same. I don't think they're going to, but sometimes teams do things before you think they're ready, and then it shakes everything up. And that's what would happen if they beat the Cowboys.
It's been a lot of...
it doesn't matter to Dallas.
Yeah, it really doesn't.
But
and then you want to win your division by 4 or 5 games,
I mean, it does matter. I shouldn't say it doesn't matter, but I don't think it will turn out to matter. Maybe that's the better way to put it.
I honestly kind of like Dallas to win this game by like 10.
I think we could have put this in our lock of the week. Like I like Dallas a lot. As much as I can like Dallas because I don't fully trust Dallas, but yes. Get in our DraftKings game. The link is below. Sign up at DraftKings with the code HAM.
Also, if you want to gamble, use mybookie.ag promo code HAM1.
Yeah. And then the other thing is there's not a wild card team in the NFC North, right? So, well, actually, I take that back. I think the Vikings could be.
Well, they got to win this game.
Bears.
No, I'm saying the Vikings need to beat the Browns, to like you start 1-3. Like, I'm sorry, but you're 2-2. Then all of a sudden you look up, are they like 5-3?
Yeah, with a little bit of a tiebreaker.
Yeah, they get to play the Lions and the Bears. I mean, that could be 4 wins. Because watching Minnesota, they are dramatically better than obviously Chicago, right? And Chicago's beaten them before. Like, I don't see them beating them right now.
Yeah. How about that game this week, by the way? The Bears game?
Bears-Lions? That game's terrible.
Give me the Lions.
Yeah, I kind of like the Lions, too.
The Lions are due.
Well, I mean, Nagy said he could have any of 3 quarterbacks playing. No one knows. Justin Fields got hurt his hand.
Yeah, I hope Foles plays.
Yeah, I doubt it, but